Hello friends! In the video I will talk about the Chinese New Year, about the characteristics of the year of the wood snake or green snake, as we can say also. It is often said that the snake is a small dragon, or xiao long, as Chinese say. Xiao means small and long is that dragon. Because snakes are of course feared by many, and people are also afraid of the dragon, as we also know. Although they are waiting for those years, because it is known that the years of the dragon and snake, especially when they appear in the element of wood, as we have now, are very significant and pivotal for the world events. It is often said that they are either very good or very bad. There is no middle ground if we are talking about those years. But Eastern cultures like this golden mean, as they say. So the trouble is that they like that golden mean, but they also very much like success, growth and flourishing of life that is coming actually potentially with the years of the dragon and the snake. So the trouble is, what to do in those years. Should they expect them with like joy, or should be afraid? And this is what they are solving. In the video, we will briefly tell how to orient also ourselves according to the Feng Shui principles for this year, and that will be based on the Flying Star School. But I will say that very, very shortly. Just few basic things. So, Chinese New Year begins on January 29 and will be celebrated until the February 12, which will be the day of the Lantern Festival and the end of the celebrations. The New Year begins on the new moon always. However, they are starting the preparations much earlier. This year they started on the 7th of January, when rituals started to be performed almost every day. And that is kind of preparation for the new events that will occur. Dragon and the snake, or we can say serpent or a small dragon, belong to the charismatic and mythological animals of the Chinese zodiac. Both these years, so this year 25 and the year before 24, appear through the element of wood, which is very, very good actually for us as a collective, because wood means success, growth and prosperity. If you look at my Chinese years videos that I made maybe since 2018 or 19, I'm not that sure, onwards, you will see that I kept saying that we don't have enough energy, that the energy is actually declining, and that's the trouble. And now, since the year 2024, when the wood element appeared through the sign of the dragon, which is even more fascinating, the dragon corresponds with the yang principle in that yin-yang divination. So, since that, everything has changed. We have plenty of energy now, regardless of some difficulties that we are going through, and we have more strength and more will than years before, and now everything started to be dynamic. So this is since 2024. The world is more and more like a pot, and everything boils in this pot, and everything is possible now. So we will see what will be, good or bad. Of course, for the universe doesn't matter good or bad. Universe does not divide things as like this. But we people live in the world of binary oppositions in English. So for us it's good to know whether something will be good or bad. And we don't know what will happen, but definitely those years will be remembered in history. The permanent element of the snake, sign of snake, is fire. So it combines now very well with the element of wood. Namely, in the cycle of birth and creation, wood gives fire. So it is possible that many qualities of the snake will come to the fore now. Wood brings renewal and innovation, creativity and visions. And wood enhances the natural ability of the snake to think strategically, which is excellent now, to be mobile, and to express herself artistically. So this is actually very artistic year also. However, the Pachi map, which is the map of this year according to the year, month, day and hour of the beginning of the year, this Pachi map shows slightly more concrete state, and it's not that great as we said now. Actually, the Pachi map says that the metal element is missing this year. Namely, there is a lot of water and wood, which is fantastic. It is growth, it is good for the family, it is very nice because new things will be born and things like that. There is enough earth and fire, good for success, enough stability, but Chinese like when they see the Pachi map with the balance of all elements. That there should be all elements represented. And this year we miss metal. So when metal is lacking, there is not enough resources. So many ideas, no matter how creative they are, can remain unfulfilled. It is also a bit of a problem that the year is strongly yin, actually, according to this map. So the map shows that it's not enough yang, as it looked like when we talk about wood and the snake. We said wood and fire, yeah? But the map is a little bit different. So this can lead to us, to some of us, not all of us, to remain somehow passive, even though we have many opportunities for growth, for struggle, for fun, or reaching success. It depends. Everybody needs something else. But it is possible that people will remain a little more passive than they should. However, it is very significant that with the year of the snake begins the cycle of fire that we have been missing since 2018. When there is no fire, the world economy stagnates, and the stock market also. Of course, we all know that the stock market is strictly controlled and that it is actually managed by the huge computer. So we cannot expect spontaneous events in the world economy and on the stock market, I guess. But who knows? We will see. Maybe now some things will happen differently with the fire element. Since seen from the point of view of Chinese elements, there will be more and more investments and economic growth, which people in a way like, because we always need to speak about growth, who knows why. And now the only question is whether this growth will be in the eastern or in the western part of the world, among those who celebrate this new year and know about this, or it is about everybody. Let's see that. The economy is simply an emphatic theme in the year of the snake, so many will think and speak about economy. But this also has the continuation next year, which will be the year of the fire horse, where economy will be even more important. So one year is more stormy than other. I mean these years, 24, 5 and 6. These are great years when things can turn for better suddenly or for real, it can be real trouble. It seems to me that it is also interesting to say that the element of fire is associated with space and flying, I mean space like cosmos and flying objects, all flying objects, airplanes also. So whether this will be made a year also when new space exploration will occur, I personally think that they are not doing much things in the space and that they are lying to us. Or maybe that can be something with satellites, we will see. Or there will be more experiments with the drones and holograms that they did actually already. Now they stopped it a little bit in America and other countries, but they're playing very much with this because they want to make the situation that some aliens are supposedly attacking us, as you know maybe about this new game that they are preparing. So let's see what will happen. Hopefully nothing. Because basically they can even not go to the space and so on and so on. I believe there are many lies about that. In 2024, we enter the 20-year cycle of the number 9, which in itself represents future prosperity through the fire element that characterizes it. It's time to work on projects that may not give immediate results, but can make sense from the point of view of the future. Number 9 brings a major energy shift that causes some significant changes, that are changes about the economy, social structures, cultural expression, and also about the prosperous locations, which is especially important in Feng Shui. With number 9, South, Southeast and Southwest gain strength with this number. Not immediately, but from now until next 20 years. And definitely something big is happening, like in Africa, for example. It is also interesting that this year, in the magic square that Feng Shuists use, these destinations are also prosperous, all south destinations and also the east side. The snake is in the magic square that Feng Shuists use. This is when we divide space in the 9 parts, then this the area where snake rules is the southeast. This is very important part of the space for dragon and for the snakes. And this year, the star number 1, which means victory, has arrived into this area southeast, which can be fantastic for the snakes and dragons. And also, there this year appeared the Tai Sui, or that's actually Jupiter, that they call somehow great leader, but actually this is the star Jupiter, and this star they name actually Muxing, but in Feng Shui it has like great duke or something like that, can be in English. That's how they name it. So great duke is also in the southeast, which is very interesting thing, very good sign. So those who want success this year, they should make maximum use of southeast area in their apartment and their working place, and they should perhaps put there some symbols of success. The Chinese often use amulets that mean nothing to us, so I'm not going to mention them now here, but possibly you can invent some your amulets that will symbolize success for you. This looks funny maybe for people who are intellectuals in the Western type, because they think this is nonsense. But actually in all cultures of the world in the ancient time, people were using symbols that were symbols of protection. So if you don't know what to do, maybe you will use something that your ancestors were using, because you will recognize some patterns on the carpets or on the clothes that your ancestors were wearing. And there are many books explaining what actually these old symbols meant. So maybe you can start using those. So the east, south and southwest are also under the influence of lucky stars, so you should stay as much as possible in this area. Feng Shui practitioners will put symbols in all of those south areas. Conversely, all areas of the north and west should be avoided this year. It is even more interesting that the star number 2, which means illness, falls this year in the middle of the magic square. So the middle means not one side, it's just the middle. It's not connected with east, west and so, but influences all of the areas. So the middle sector of the space where we live or work should be specially protected, also with amulets that stimulate vitality. We are all at risk of diseases, and we know that this fog that now we see in many countries of the world, it's not healthy. There is something in that fog, and they have their crazy projects still going on, as they had in the years 2020 and 2021. And many things depend on us. Do we know what is happening? Are we conscious about this? And are we ready to work with this in our space, maybe to stop it or to prevent the disease? This year can be a little unpleasant for people who were born under the sign of the pig, because in Chinese horoscope the pig and snake are directly opposite to each other, so they should take care a little bit, not do too risky things. Then people who are born in the year of the snake should take care of themselves this year and wear amulets, preferably red thread around the arm or anything red, some red symbol as Chinese were wearing, and also it was part of many other cultures. A little red thread around the child's arm was putting, and so on. So if you need to know, were you born in the year of the snake? Listen to this. People who were born in the year of the snakes were born in the years 1941, 53, 65, 77, 89, 2001, 2013. And the previous year of the snake, that was wood snake year, was the year 1965. This is because Chinese calendar has 60-year cycle. So actually now will end that what started 60 years ago. And you will remember that I also talk about that in my other videos that I created on the basis of Western horoscope. And I commented many times that the 60s of the last century were crucial for everything that was happening for us now, and this will end those years. 60 years ago, the war in Vietnam was raging, America occupied Dominican Republic, Singapore became independent from Malaysia, there was a war between India and Pakistan, so there are many troubles in that year especially 65. A lot was happening also in art. Flower children and hippies opposed the Vietnam War in their own way, and in the background of numerous events, actually the preparation for the Cold War took place. Those goals were very clear, and many of those goals they achieved. Because that's what was planned in the 60s and prepared slowly, in the year 1968 got the clear shape, and actually they created this Cold War in order to destroy from inside some of the countries, and many of those countries were Slavic countries of Slavic people, and they managed to destroy them in the 90s, beginning of the 90s, when there was a collapse of Czech Republic, Soviet Union and Yugoslavia. And it is definitely clear that now there are going some preparations also, and in the next 2-3 years there were going to be great divisions in the world again, maybe similar to Cold War, but let's hope better, not that drastic and not that destructive. So the year of the snake is not a war-like, similar to the year of the dragon, quite the contrary. It is thought that this is the year of diplomacy, and that the diplomacy is taking over fighting and threats. So it seems that people will talk more now this year. It is also said that year of the snake very often solves the disputes that were emphasized in the year of the dragon, or maybe that they were too much dramatized in the year of the dragon. So now in the year of the snake, they can somehow be resolved. A person who was born in the year of the snake usually has exceptional intuition. These people have sometimes very interesting education, or they have knowledge which is not the result of education, more belongs to intuition. Or they generally have some knowledge that is not available to everyone. While the dragon is a distinctly masculine sign, the snake is distinctly feminine sign. People born in the year of the wood snake have a great need for freedom and progress. These people often shine in the crowd like a lighthouse. They inspire others with their ideas, with their actions, and with their exceptional personality often. They often are good investors, And they're often specialists in art because they have this special artistic needs, and they know also how to value things properly. They know what has value and what does not have value. So they're often careful in investments, but then if they invest, that's the real investment. The snake is the equivalent of Taurus sign in Western astrology. So if you think of Taurus, maybe then you will better understand what snake actually means in Chinese astrological system. The astrological sign of the snake feels best in the summer months, because it likes warm weather. And I talked about that in my video for the year 2025, that this summer is going to be particularly significant. Watch my video about that. It is on YouTube, and the name of it is Year 2025, A Turn in Globalist Politics, Fantasy and Knowledge, and Elephant. This is the name of the video. So you will see why this summer is so important. So it is going to be hot, and it's a good thing for us. Lucky colors this year are green and red. But the Chinese recommended also to wear a bit of white, or even better, a bit of metal color or metal things, metal jewelry, especially silver, because we have lack of this metal element, as we already described. I will talk more about it in the lecture in Prague. If you are an English-speaking person, but you live in Prague, you are very welcome to come. It will be on the 30th of January. If not, I hope this will be a little like a navigation for you what to do and what to expect this year according to Chinese calendar. And this is all for now. If you wish, you can order my personal consultations with me. You will find everything on my web pages, symbolicthinking.net. I offer consultancy based on Feng Shui, based on astropsychology, spiritual astrology, and based on the method that I call the change of the code, the change of perception. This is the method that I developed in the last years, and it helps us to work with the subconscious of us, or with the programs that we are conscious of but we don't know what to do with them. If you like the video, like it, sign up for my channel, and thank you very, very much for that in advance. I wish everyone good luck and good health. As Chinese would say, 新年快乐身体健康, and see you soon. Or to say in Chinese, 再见.